some know and some don't know a little bit of history about Applegreen. It's an Irish owned, it's an Irish run, and it's an Irish founded company. We're 24 years in existence. We've 220 sites in four countries, so that's about 140 in the Republic of Ireland, in every county in Ireland. We're expanding in the north of Ireland, in the mainland UK, England and Wales predominantly, not Scotland, and most recently in the United States, where we will have 15 sites by year end. And last year we kind of floated on the London and Dublin stock exchanges. So to back to what David was saying, that's a family. It was a family-owned company. It's now that allows us to get extra investment in to grow, and we hopefully won't have any of the family problems. In terms of a customer proposition, it's kind of four pillars that we would look at. The low fuel prices always is what everyone will be familiar with in terms of getting people onto the forecourts. That drives the footfall into the stores. From the store side of it, it's a better value always retail offer. So be that on a 2 for 2 on a standard confectionery bar, the own brand, we have a lot of own brand products that we give at a better value, and then our food offerings. But the main thing which I will talk about today is our food and beverage focus. We operate a mix of international brands, our own brands. Each of those is tailored to suit the location that the site is in. I'll talk a little bit to that later. The time of day and the customer, and then quality being probably the most important part in all of that. And then embedded within the group, every time someone purchases, we make a donation to charity. Every litre of fuel, every purchase in the shop, or every purchase in the food brand. And this year we saw that target hit 1 million in the last 5 years, so that's something we're very proud of. In terms of Applegreen's food journey, and this probably reflects to some extent the evolution of food in the forecourt industry, and probably worth pointing out that Ireland, we would see, is pretty much at the forefront of that industry worldwide. And a lot of what we're doing here, we're hoping to bring over into the UK. Yeah, we take some learnings in the UK, we bring them back here, and likewise in the US. But and if you look at what's happening food-wise in convenience stores, other forecourt operators, all around Dublin, all around Ireland, we really are excelling at that. We're a real base for people to come to. We here, since we floated on the market, people come and ask, can we come and look at your sites? Can we come and look at some of your competitor sites, both in convenience and forecourt? And they really want to see what's happening in Ireland. So in the bottom left, you'll see we started out with a Dunkin' Donuts franchise in Rathcoole many years ago. That grew into a Wimpy. Then we started getting a lot more serious about coffee, tried to come up with a full of beans and kind of see how could we grow that brand. Coffee being very important for people on the road. Then from about 2010 onwards, we started partnering with international brands, Costa Coffee, Burger King, Subway, you can see there, developing out our own A-Cafe brand. So we got a lot more serious about our food offering. And then if we take ourselves forward to where we are today, that's kind of evolved from our perspective into the Bakewell, which I'll touch on in a little more detail, and then adding some further food brands. So as we stand today at the 30th of June at our most recent results, we've north of 95 branded offers across our estate. From Subways to Costa, you'll see Lavazza, which I'll touch on again, Chopsticks, Craig's and Burger King. But we are seeing a move for consumers looking for branded offers. That's what they recognise, and we're probably becoming more international in that respect. The one in the middle is the Bakewell. In general, we will have one of those in every site that we operate. And to get into some detail on these offers, the Bakewell is really kind of an evolution of the deli. So what people are mostly familiar with in terms of delis around the country, with strong focus on hot beverages, quality hot food, quality sandwiches and pastries. The coffee, we would have our strap line, we're always tested on it, and we focus very hard on it to be the best coffee on the road. We're growing the number of baristas that we have around the country and improving the quality of our self-service coffee, so it's a dual-strand approach to get that right. Provenance is something that's becoming a lot more important in Ireland in terms of people would like to know where the product they're getting from. Is it Irish made? Where's it from? David talked about artisan roasters. We see that as well. You see it in the craft beer section. You see it everywhere. They want to know that it's Irish sourced. For us, we call our consumer the transumer. So in general, our consumers are on the move. So that's how we terminology. They're a transumer. Last year, it's at the bottom of that slide, you will see we pioneered a cafe development called the Lavazza Cafe. So this is the first of its kind. And Lavazza don't really do cafes. They don't do retail, they're really into wholesaling. And we kind of felt that there was a concept there in our northern stores. We opened 2 motorways, and I'll show you some images of the one in the north a little bit later. and we kind of felt that we could do something with this. We could create a premium barista coffee offering. We could add to that, gourmet sandwiches, gourmet paninis, high quality pastries, and really give people a point of difference from our own Bakewell concept. And again, that's ticking along. It's going very nicely for us, really, we'd have to say. And that will evolve over the years. We had 3 of them in June. We've opened a further one down in Waterford just last month. So that's really our premium coffee offering in conjunction with Costa. Why food to go? For Applegreen, we would see ourselves more as a food retailer that sells fuel rather than a fuel retailer that sells food. As we evolve as a group and as we grow over the years, the margin we'll make in fuel will outstrip what we make in fuel and what we make in shop combined. As we stand today in Ireland, food is the biggest generator of gross margin that we have. So that's the level of focus that we have on food. What's helping it at the moment is, without doubt, the recovery in employment. People are busier, they're on the road more, they're going from meeting to meeting. So you look at your transumer there, they're time poor and they're on the move. They want a quality stop, they want to pick up quality food when they stop, they want to eat it on the go, and they want to get going. They don't really have that much time. They need to know they have parking. Key element on any site, parking. If you have parking, your food offer has a chance. Without the parking, it gets quite complicated for us. We see increasing levels of disposable income. There are a lot of double income families, and one of them ourselves. You don't have the time always to be preparing fresh lunches, preparing fresh dinners, so you want that quality food quickly. What we get back in a lot of our research that we do on site and with independent companies is that service stations are now in many cases being seen as a destination. We hear things like, I plan my journey around the stop. If you look at it, and I look back when we were kids travelling across the country, we stopped for a picnic in Banshee Woods in Tipperary. The sandwiches were made when we left Galway and you took them out. Now what we see happening is, and with my kids as we go back to Galway, the picnic is the Applegreen. That's where we stop, that's where the bribe is, that's where the playground is, hugely popular. People pull in, they get themselves a good coffee, fresh, good quality food. So that's really where we see it evolving, and particularly in our bigger stores on the motorways and other trunk road service area stores. And as I mentioned earlier on the last slide, we do see a significant growth in the demand for branded offers. We would see that particularly prevalent in the UK. In the UK they are very, very strong on branded offers. The brand is generally what will drive them in. In Ireland, we see that increasing in prevalence. People are looking more and more to the brand. So that will continue. Our rollout of branded offers will also continue. And in terms of trends and where we see that food-to-go environment going, there's definitely a move to healthy food. People want, while it's all well and good to say they want food when they get there, they do need healthy food when they get there. It's a common thing. The truckers say it to us, drivers say it to us. Where can we eat healthy when we stop? I don't want to get a burger and chips all the time. So people are demanding it, and we're trying to respond to that as best we can. So this year, at the beginning of the year, we took on a food scientist to kind of develop out a quality range for us, to get the nutrition contents correct in them, look at the ingredients that we were using. Where can we move to a flat bread as opposed to, try and phase out maybe white bread as best we can? What ingredients are the fresh ingredients? Can we look at juices? What alternatives can we put in place, like your hummus and carrot sticks, fruit pots, and just get more into it and get the quality right. So that, as you can see in some of those images there, you can see the far one on the left is our Think Smart, Eat Smart, and on the next image, not even I can read it from here, but that's Amy, who's our food scientist. We kind of explain a little about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and we put those on the counters in the various service stations. So that if you want a healthy breakfast, there is a healthy breakfast available in an Applegreen. It's not a breakfast roll all the time. Yes, that's the most popular thing that's sold, and it will probably be the most popular thing next year, but that is changing. People are moving and they're changing. We're trying to incorporate more fruit into it. You'll see in our deals now, in our salad deals, in that Eat Smart range, they come with fruit, a piece of fruit and a bottle of water. It's not crisps and a soft drink anymore. So people are changing. We're seeing that the sugar tax is going to kind of impact on that. The other move in terms of fresh food we've made this year is the introduction of Freshie as a partner. Freshie are a Canadian healthy food chain. They've north of 300 outlets worldwide, and launched in Ireland last year. So there's 4 sites in total. We have 2 of them, one in our motorway site in Enfield and the other in Lush North. So Freshie are into juices, wraps, bowls, salads, all freshly prepared. having worked in there, the level of preparation that goes into it, it's all fresh, it all arrives daily, and it really is a good offering. So we would probably expect to see a rollout of those. And in terms of our own Eat Smart range, that logo, as you see in the top right corner, that will start attaching to other items that we have across the store probably as well, where we have our own Applegreen branded products, and see that go. Like where we see that, the sports nutrition range in terms of food on the go. We do see the move out of standard confectionery into sports nutrition, so that will only improve and grow. In terms of which food offer fits in the various sites, so we have many different types of sites. We have your small petrol filling station, we have your bigger site, and then right up to your motorway service area. So we would look at them and say, okay, so it's a neighbourhood site, so it's kind of a walk-in, what do we want for those? A transit site, so pure transit obviously being a motorway site, or one that adjoins a business park, like a Baldoyle, for argument's sake, in our estate. Each of those sites have different tailored needs. We then look at what's the age, the gender, the demographics of the area they're in, the business people that they're in, what type of business park it is, what type of people are on that road, and also what time of day do they travel on that road. Is it the morning time, is it lunchtime, or is it a dinner time, is it an evening offer? So you have outbound, you have inbound. That's a key determinant in the brand that we select for that area. Not every brand works in every site. That's an important lesson we've learned in Applegreen, and certainly we will continue to learn it, because we don't get it right all the time. It's a bit hard to see, but just in terms of looking at what are the key principles, in our view, in terms of food to go. For us, they start at 11 o'clock there, it's convenience. It does need to be convenient to people. They need to be able to get in, they need to be able to park, they need to be able to get out. Quality, never underestimate quality. David mentioned he doesn't cut his price of his coffee. Price is nowhere on that sheet. If the quality is good, people will pay a little bit more for it. Freshly is a little bit more expensive, but people are prepared to pay for it. If they know it's fresh, we have daily deliveries to our sites, we run our own warehouse, we deliver direct daily. That helps the quality and that helps with the price. Ambience, you just can't underestimate the importance of ambience, the built environment. What does the area look like? Very close, and cleanliness is the next stage, because once you build it, once you get it ready, you need to keep it clean. But people buy with their eyes. So they look at it, they look at your display, they look at this environment they're in. If the toilets are dirty, what does the kitchen look like? So this all matters a huge amount. They look at service levels, it's the quality of the people that you have. How do they greet you? How do they serve you? Are they wearing the gloves? Do they look tidy? Do they smile? A huge amount in that. We're in a service business, we're in a service industry, and very much like a restaurant, which I would always say, you're only as good as your last meal in a restaurant. We would feel the same way in terms of our service areas. We're only as good as the last meal we served you, the last cup of coffee that you got. So hugely important. People, nothing happens without good people, and I'll finish and come back to that. But just to give you a flavour of kind of what we've been doing and how all this comes together, all those various slides. I have a little video which is meant to come on next, so God willing and technology working, it will come on. It won the NACS International Store of the Year award right across Europe. It's our motorway site in Lisburn, just out of Belfast, as you drive towards Dublin on the outbound from Belfast. And that just shows you what we're trying to do in terms of ambience, how we bring branded offers and bring our own proprietary Bakewell offer and Lavazza offer into a hub, create an environment where people are comfortable to spend on food and to stop and make that their rest area and to plan that into their journey. So here goes. There was music, but It's just finishing up. It's a bit eerie without the music, certainly in a loud environment that we're in today. But hopefully, as you look at it, you get an appreciation of how we try to develop it out. We look at it and we feel that's slightly different to the last one we built that had a mezzanine area. You know, we call it the library upstairs. You know, it is a bit like a library. People go there, they factor it in, they have meetings there. It's a meeting point, so it really is a destination. And what you didn't hear was, as Mantis, who was running the site at the time, was what he was saying is it's really all about people. In Applegreen, we're looking for people. We're looking for the best people to run it. And it just brings me on to what is my last slide. And I'll just give you a little example. We run coffee masterclasses in some of our sites where we bring in, you know, our customers who come in, and we bring we were sponsors of the World Barista Championships this year. We bring in one of the judges, we show them what we do on coffee, how serious we are about that, how serious we are about the food that we offer. You know, as one of the people asked the barista from the World Championships, what makes a good barista? You know, what makes a good barista? And the first answer was the person, the actual person. Do they talk to you? Do they engage with you? Do they smile with you? Do they know what you want? So never underestimate the power of people when it comes to delivering a good food service. In Applegreen, we truly believe in that. We've launched our food passport, which is maybe 18 months underway at this stage, where you can't run a site unless you've worked. So if you take that Lisbon, you have to have worked in Greg's, you have to have worked in Subway, you have to have worked in Burger King. You need to understand how they run to run the site. We've launched this year our own Bakewell Training Academy. That's where we do our training. We bring our site managers, we bring our Bakewell managers. Everybody comes up, they train in it. It allows us to showcase new products. It's where we test new products, we do sensory testing on everything that we do ourselves. And also, aligned with that, we have our own management development program with a particular focus on food. So it really comes back to food is in our DNA, and if you want to be successful in the food to go market, in any food business, you know, you need a culture around food. And that's what we're trying to achieve in terms of that management development program and our rising stars that we pick out in the business.